What is poppin'? 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 What is going on? What is poppin'? 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 What is going on? How you doing? How you looking? How you living? How you feeling out there, baby? It is week 10 already, and we are coming with you live Friday night edition. You know what I'm saying? We got another Sunday morning show or a Sunday morning game. We got plans tomorrow night. Shout out to Daniel. Happy birthday. Face ass. But we got you live tonight for Friday night special edition for the Sundown Show. Knipe is with me as always. What's up, my guy?
What up, bro? What up?
You have a very, very fun Sunday coming up for you. If you didn't know, everybody, as you see by his hat, he is a 49er fan. If you've been watching the show all season long, you should know this by now. Knipe will be live at the game against the Jaguars this Sunday. Before we get started, Knipe, tell the viewers how excited you are, bro.
I mean, I have a lot of Jags fans I'm going with, so I'm just gonna get. I'm ready to get berated left and right before my team even takes a snap. I'm gonna get freaking just F-bombs and freaking whatever. Yeah, I'm gonna be dealing with a lot of smack talk from my boys, which is totally fine. I love it. It's part of what makes football fun, and what makes being a fan a fan. Yeah, I'm excited. I can't wait to go, and I just wish they flexed us to the Sunday night game because Raiders and Jets, yay! So excited.
I cannot wait for that Sunday night football game. Yeah, right. Come on, NFL. Fair warning, you will be booed a lot.
Yeah,
but you're going to be with the guys, so you'll be all right. You'll be fine.
I mean, it's nice when you have a powerhouse team,
Oh, which team are you talking about, though? The Jags or the Niners? We don't know anymore at this point. We don't know. What we do know, tonight is how good or bad we did last week. I did not make the video. I'm sorry, everybody. But here is the updated standings. Knipe took week 9 by a game. Damn it.
Go.
I got close. I got close last week. And then Knipe's pulling away by another game. He went 9-4. Me and Ace went 8-5, and Spence 7-6. Once again, and I'll never do this again, everybody. I'll never pick the Panthers to win again in my life. That's the second time I've done the upset of the week with the Panthers. They fell flat on their face. I'm done. I'm done with that trash team. And speaking of that, they played on Thursday night against the Bears. Before we get into the Sunday slate, let's touch on the sleepy, putrid, atrocious-ass Thursday night football game we have. Well, I didn't witness. I'm sure Knipe watched it. What are your thoughts on this Thursday night game, man? We saw the Panthers fall 13-16 to the Chicago Bears, and Tyler Beignet. Don't care how to pronounce this guy's name. Someone called him MGK. The Bears won this game. It was not pretty. We saw a punt return brought back for a touchdown. That was probably like the most spectacular thing during the whole game. But Knipe, did you watch this game?
I did indeed. And
Okay.
I mean, as far as my 2 cents go, it really was just kind of a showcase. Well, first of all, if you started Deontay Foreman in your fantasy leagues, like that was the only fantasy takeaway was he was like pretty much the only relevant guy. And so congrats there. But I mean, Bryce Young, man, like he just doesn't like look that great. Like I've been trying to give this kid some slack, but like in prime time, his accuracy was bad. He has just no ability on the move to do anything. He's so little, dude. Like he's not. If you're gonna be that little, you got to be kind of Kyler type of little. Like you got to be able to move a little better than what he moves at. And so yeah, I'm out on that relationship working out much longer than a year. Like if Frank Reich and him aren't, on different teams. Well, I know Frank Reich will be on different team. Bryce will stay there, but like he's just not going to be the coach next year. I feel like that's going to be bad news.
Yeah, I mean, I feel bad for Frank honestly because he wanted CJ Stroud, and David Tepper said no. I want Bryce. They gave up their future. They gave up everything. This was a win-win for the Bears. I mean, he walked in this game like, hey, if we win, oh, cool. If we lose, better for us. right? So it was one of those rare games where like both the like the Bears own the Panthers first round draft pick. So it was funny in that sense, but you're right, man. I want to give Bryce Young some slack, but he I remember I saw a little bit of the game when halftime hit, and then Andrew Whitworth was going through like the film, and he goes, "This is what I like about Bryce." It was a little bootleg, a little 2-yard pass, and he got tackled as soon as he caught the ball. He's like, "I know it didn't go that far, but this is what I'm like." That's how bad this game is going. You're fetching for 2-yard games, and oh no, man!
Highlight reel,
Congratulations,
baby.
yeah, congratulations to the Bears. You won, but it wasn't pretty. What's going on? We got Dr. Van in the house. Jacob is going down this weekend. He's a Steeler fan. You're going down, Jacob. What up, Daniel? How y'all doing this Friday? Let's get right into the games, man. Sunday, 2 days away. Got something different for y'all. Got the little, got the little banners right here so we don't have to look at the white screen the whole time. But Colts and the Patriots. This is the last international game on the season. They are in Frankfurt, Germany. It's going to be early, 9:30 a.m. Sunday morning right now as we record this and make this live stream. The Colts are 2.5-point favorites on the road. Both teams are on the road. The over-under is 42.5. We got a couple of key injuries. Josh Downs has been out all week with practice. He's questionable. J.C. Jackson did not make the trip, and neither did Trent Brown, so they will miss for the Patriots. The Patriots, we both took them last week against those Commanders, and what happens? They lose. This team is just atrocious. The Colts, they're 4-5, better than I kind of expected them to be at this point of the season, especially with Anthony Richardson being down all year. Gardner Minshew stepping up, Jonathan Taylor playing better ball. As he gets back in the swing of things. I like the Colts here. I just cannot ever pick the Patriots anymore. I'm done. They're on that little train. I don't care. I'll die with that sword. If I get them wrong, I don't care anymore. I got the Colts winning. I got them covering this 2.5-point spread. I think this should be like a 10-point game. Colts win. Feed Jonathan Taylor and Zach Moss, and I think you can win this game easily here. This should be a no-brainer. Sunday morning. A little doozy. I'm probably going to be still in bed watching this game, bro. What are your thoughts?
Well, yeah, I'm also feeling the Colts this week just because it's so hard to pick the Patriots right now, especially after last week. Like you had a home game against a really weak Washington team that just kind of gave up on their defense and they still beat you. Like what?
Yeah.
And so yeah, I think the Colts are gonna be able to handle Mac Jones. I don't think Mac Jones is anything that great. But Minshew's not that much more special either. But at least Steichen has like a good enough system, and I think Steichen is actually just a better coach as of right this second than Bill Belichick is. I know that sounds weird to say, but I mean like to go from AR like looking like how he did, like people thought he was gonna look like crap. He looked great, and then you had Minshew, who's at least been able to be he looked competent most weeks except for against the Jags. But yeah, so I'm going to give Steichen the edge here and give him the road win.
Yeah, and I don't know if you saw this, but there's a little rumblance in Patriots land that Robert Kraft, if the Patriots lose this game, not saying it's going to happen, everybody, it's rumors, right? That's what YouTube is. That's what content creators do. We push out. Yeah, we push out the rumors.
No.
Why not? It makes it fun. It makes it fun. There's rumblings going on in New England that Robert Kraft might fire Bill Belichick if they lose in Germany. I especially if they lose big. Before we move on, what are your thoughts on that? Do you think Bill Belichick should be fired, or do you think just give him until the end of the year and let him just walk away on his own? What are your thoughts? Because I feel like there should be a new voice in that building.
I mean, if I was a GM, he can be there as long as he wants to be. He can die on the sideline if I'm the GM. And so yeah, and also correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't he quietly sign an extension this year?
I'm not sure. I can check it real quick.
I might have. I Google search me and correct me if I'm wrong, but I think I heard that. And I think I saw that that Bill Belichick got extended this like in the middle of their crap going on.
You're right. Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, there's your answer. I mean, I think, dude, you have a legacy like that. You have keys to the city. Like if I'm a fan, like imagine you're a Patriots fan. It's like I don't want Bill to leave. Like even if he's just a piece of what I have of Tom Brady in that era, like I want that as long as I can. Like let him. He did it, man. Like, he gave us everything that he had, and I just feel like that's a respect thing at that point.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like they should maybe move on, bro. I get the respect thing, but maybe it's just time. Maybe Robert Kraft is saying, "Hey, I'm not getting any younger.
You
Sorry,
just weren't.
Bill. I love you."
You weren't raised right, man.
No,
Unbelievable.
I'm just saying. You got to think about you're an owner here. Maybe the game kind of pass him along a little bit, man. That's all I'm saying. I respect the hell out of Bill Belichick. He's going to be one of the GOATs. But, the game's getting more Mike McDaniels, Kyle Shanahan, Kellen Moore, all these offensive-minded guys, and you see what they're jotting up. And then you got, I don't know.
I
That's
don't
all.
buy. I don't buy it just because they don't have enough talent for me to say that. I'll give Bill a pass, man. Bill's earned a pass.
Okay. Well, we'll see. We'll see what happens on Sunday.
Yeah.
Let's move on down. We have the 1:00s, and we're gonna start off pretty good. I like this game on paper. We got the Texans on the road facing the Bengals, who are now rolling. They're red hot right now. They beat the Bills on Sunday Night Football. I mean, hey, 5-3 after that slow start for the Bengals. They're sitting pretty. I want to shout out to the Houston Texans and the CJ Stroud, man. What a game last week. What a game by this kid, bro. 470 yards, 5 touchdowns, no turnovers. The comeback last minute drive. I mean, hats off to this team, dude. I was one of those guys in the beginning of the season that crapped on this team that said, okay, they're still in a rebuild here. They still have some kinks to work out, but they have a foundation lined up. And it came from your guy, D'Amico Ryan, and they drafted really well this latest draft. They got the quarterback of the future. I mean, this team looks good, bro. This team looks good. The Texans do. Right now, the Bengals are 6.5-point favorites at home. The over-under is 46.5, and we have some key injuries on both sides of the ball, and it's offensive key injuries. We have Nico Collins and Damian Pierce already ruled out for the Texans. T. Higgins is out, and Jamar Chase, he was leaning towards being out, and he's putting in some limited practices now, dealing with a back issue. He's questionable. He said he wants to go out there. I respect the hell out of Chase. He wants to go out there and go to war, but we'll see if they put him out there. This is I want to, bro, but I think the Texans have too much pieces out. Like, I feel like if you're going to win this game against the Bengals, you need Nico Collins and you need Pierce. And just for that reason alone, I know they're out with T. Higgins. And if Jamar Chase misses, this could be a toss-up for real. But I like the Bengals winning this game, but I like the Texans to cover that 6.5. So I wouldn't touch the Bengals money or the Bengals spread, but give me the Bengals winning at home. But I think this is going to be a lot closer. One more key injury that I couldn't fit out there tonight. The kicker's out for the Texans once again.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, Fairburn.
So is it going to be Dari Ugunbowale out there kicking some field goals?
It's Danny Amendola this week.
That was awesome, dude. That was awesome.
That was great.
What are your thoughts?
Man, I'm gonna say that Joe really shouldn't lose at home, but with these, like, I don't know the actual status of Jamar Chase. Like, I feel like he's actually not feeling great. Like, I don't think he's gonna earn his typical over 10 targets type of game. Just because I don't feel like they're gonna want to expose him that much to, like, I would give him a few shots at a few big plays. If you're gonna use him, like if he's gonna be a decoy level, which I mean, 4 to 5 targets for Jamar Chase, that could be enough to win you the ball game if they're in key enough situations. Like give them a fade and give them, what I mean, let them make a play for a score. And so I feel like I have to take the Bengals this week because they're home, and when it's this, because this almost feels like a playoff game in my opinion, just because
Could
CJ
be.
Stroud has been playing great. And so I'm going to take the Bengals at home, and yeah, I don't think that they're going to win by more than a touchdown. I think it'll be a very close game.
Yeah, I agree, man. That money line, it's kind of scary because if you're a bettor, that's kind of looking juicy, bro. The Bengals or Texans plus 6.5. That's looking really nice. What up, Spence? Yeah, you can still text me your picks. What's up, bro? But yeah, this is gonna be a fun game. It's gonna be a weird week without you, man. I will say that it's gonna be a weird week without you.
Oh,
Going, no, like coming over and watching the games. Usually, we watch the games together, but
I know.
I'm gonna miss you, man.
I'm sorry.
All right, you know who's next. You know who is next. It is those Green Bay Packers walking in to Akershire Stadium or Akershire Field, whatever you want to call this field now. It was Heinz, and it will always be Heinz Field in my eyes. If you didn't know it's Heinz, you're a little too young. All right. Packers on the road. They just come off a good win, awesome win against Brett Rippin. So good tonight. They sent him packing. And Brett Rippin. Oh, look at that. Cool. What is this? Brett Rippin is already on the Seahawks. He's already on another team. That's how good the Packers beat the crap out of this Rams team last week. I know. Oh yeah, we're fierce. We're serious now. We are Super Bowl. I'm kidding. Steelers are favorites at home, 3.5 points. Over under is 38.5. A little low scoring game, a little funsies, right? Well, we have some very, very key injuries on the Packers side of the ball. First and foremost, Quay Walker, doubtful. Groin injury. Looks like he's going to miss. Jair Alexander, once again, on the injury report. Once again, he's going to miss. He's doubtful. He's going to miss this game with a shoulder injury. Oh, it's going to be very tough. Rudy Ford is also questionable. So just throw the whole secondary and hold the defense away. On the opposite side of the ball, Steelers side, Minkah Fitzpatrick is already rolled out, and Cole Holcomb, their linebacker, just got placed on the IR. So that's two key defensive pieces for them. I'm terrified of TJ Watt in this game because our lineman, Josh Neiman, is also questionable. I love this team. You know I do. No, I do. We're not winning. We're not winning this game. We just have too many injuries. I know it was a good win against the Rams team, but come on. I was watching the game. Like if we lose to this guy, Brett Rippin, this team, we should be ashamed of ourselves. I know it's Kenny Pickett. I know you hate this man. We'll see what happens with George Pickens. Are you going to go out there and play? Or are you going to be throwing a temper tantrum once again? What's it going to be? I got the Steelers holding down home field. I know I don't want to do this, but I love you, Pack. But I got to be realistic here. It looks like it's going to be an L in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I agree with you. Packers just don't look at all ready to compete for a regular season win, not even a preseason win, but a regular season win. Yeah, you guys just don't look right. And Mike Tomlin at home, and you got to deal with Quay Walker not being there. I mean, that's tough for your defense. That's like the heart and soul of your defense just gone, man. Like that sucks. Because you need that guy to get bring the dog out and everybody, and that's that dude, exactly. And he ain't gonna be there. So I'm sure someone else will attempt to step up, but it won't be the same type of deal. And yeah, you all beat some trash cans last week, but I mean you're about to play Steelers football, and we all know what Steelers football is. Hit each other in the face until one of us is black and blue, and I'm going to come out 3 points ahead because Kenny Pickett's going to be a miracle worker in the fourth quarter because why not?
Yep.
But yeah, Steelers their record is so not indicative of how good this team is. This team is so trash. Like, it makes me so mad that the Steelers' record is what it is, dude. Like, they will not be in the playoffs. Like, let's just put it that. Like, please don't I don't even care if this is clipped for later and they make the playoffs. Like, there's no way that Kenny Pickett is a playoff-worthy quarterback. Get out of my face with that. Like, Tomlin, I don't care what kind of sorcery you're working on over there, but, like, get Kenny Pickett out of those plans immediately.
Yeah, I mean, I have hope that we win this game. It would make me really happy, man, if we win this game. But like you said, it's all about Mike Tomlin, how the Steelers play football, man. This team always comes to play. Doesn't matter who they're facing. I mean, they go out there. Other than the Niners, they got blown out by them, but it doesn't matter. They go out there and they're ready for it. And without Jair and, like you said, Quay Walker on the defensive side of the ball, I just don't feel like we have a shot, man. Because you remember, we traded Russell Douglas.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to be out there. And Eric Stokes is on the IR. I mean, we're going to be out there with third, fourth string corners. And if Rudy Ford misses, then just add it to the bunch. It's going to be ugly. Hopefully, Jordan Love will show some. But I got the Steelers winning, man. God. I hope I'm wrong. Moving down to the Titans and the Buccaneers. First things first. The Bucs are who we thought they were. That's the first thing. The Bucs are who we thought they were. They started off 2-0. And what did I tell you? Not you. I'm talking to Ben if he's in the chat. What did I tell you? This is what this team is. Pure trash. The first week 1 of the show, I said the Buccaneers will be picking top 5 in the draft. And I looked stupid at first because they went 2-0. I'm like, damn, I might be stupid. But now they are who we thought they were. The Titans on the opposite side of the ball, there's a new era in Tennessee. And it's Mr. Mayonnaise Man, Will Levis. He is now officially the QB1 over there. Ryan Tannehill is, I think he's going to be able to play, but he's going to be taking a back seat. It's Will Levis time over there in Tennessee. It feels like a new breath, fresher breath there for them. Right now, the Bucs are favorites just because they're at home. It's a toss-up game. Over-under is 39.5. We have a couple of key injuries on both sides of the ball. Sean Murphy bunting and Treylon Burks on the Titans side is out. And then we have some corners banged up for the Buccaneers. Carlton Davis and Jamil Dean are both questionable. So I think this could be a high-scoring game. I like the over on this game. It's 39.5. I like a high-scoring game in this. Mm-hmm. Give me the Titans on the road. I think they're going to be really kind of leaning on Derrick Henry. And then Will Levis, he's shown me, that he can toss that pigskin around. Maybe we see D-Hop get in there for a touchdown. I like the Titans pulling off a 27-21 game here. I like the Titans on the road.
I hate when we agree so much,
Ooh,
man.
Dude, we're on a roll tonight, aren't we?
I hate it though because it doesn't give the viewers any fun. But yeah, I'll agree with you, man. I think the Titans are going to win this one. Will Levis has actually looked way better than I think most of us thought he would look. And I think the Titans defense is going to do enough to limit Baker Mayfield, even though their secondary is sus. I still think that they're going to just be able to do enough to get the W. Yeah, give me the Titans on the road, and just because I don't trust Baker Mayfield against a defense that at least kind of is pretty competent, even if they've lost some talent. I still think, led by Mike Vrabel, that D-line is going to kind of get in Baker Mayfield's face a little bit and cause a little bit of trouble. So, yeah, give me the Titans by probably 4 points. Yeah,
that's going to be – it's kind of weird, man. If the Titans do win this game and they go to 4-5, they just traded their best defensive – well, Jeffrey Simmons is pretty good, but – I mean, Byard was that guy on that side of the ball. So, I mean, the fact that they can go 4-5 is pretty impressive. Like we always been touching on it. Mike Vrabel, it's just he gets those guys out there, and this could be a defensive game because both head coaches are a defensive-minded coach. But like I said, I think this is going to be a high-scoring game. So, let's move on down to the Browns and the Ravens. Probably one of the best games on the slate. A little rivalry game here. The AFC North battle. Shout out to my guy, Bucks Raised Bolts. 6 months in the house. Go, Max, go. Appreciate you, bro. What's good, man? Browns coming off a shutout victory against those Clayton Tune trash ass Cardinals team. The Cardinals we'll touch on in a second here. They're going to be a different team this week. The Browns on the road to the Ravens. The Ravens look like a flat-out powerhouse, man. You called it. You said they were going to blow out the Seahawks. They did with fashion. I mean, everybody got a piece of it. If you're in the backfield as a running back, you got something in this game in that game last week. I mean, they all went crazy. Right now, the Ravens are 6.5-point favorites, over under 38.5. Both teams have great defenses. Right now, the Ravens, man, only allowing 13.5 points per game on defense, which is incredible. And on the flip side, the Browns aren't allowing a lot of yards per game. So give me the under on that, because I feel like it's going to be a very, very tough matchup for both teams. Greg Newsome is questionable. DeJuan Jones, the right tackle for the Browns, is going to miss this game. Marlon Humphrey is questionable, and Morgan Moses, the right tackle for the Ravens, is questionable. So we got a couple of linemen maybe going to miss. I just can't do it, man. I can't go against the Ravens right now. This team is just powerhousing, and they're rolling right now. I mean, Lamar Jackson didn't even play the fourth quarter last week. That's how bad they beat down on the Seahawks. I like them at home here. I know this team is just flat out a beast, man. Ravens, they're right now, as we speak, my favorites in the AFC right now. Give me the Ravens at home. I think I'm not going to touch that spread. I think it's going to be a close 3-point game.
Yeah, with this being a divisional matchup, especially, like, not only is this, just a good game because of the records, but the fact that it's divisional, that's going to make such good football. But it's going to be the kind of football that most people don't like, which is going to be defensive. And I don't expect a lot of scoring in this game. I think it's going to be kind of ugly. I think there's going to be trading interceptions. I don't think Lamar is going to look fantastic this weekend. I think that, I could see something real stupid, even like 13-10, just because a bunch of dumb crap keeps happening, and no one's taking advantage of it. But yeah, give me the Ravens just because they're the home team, and home team divisional matchup. That's going to probably give you a slight edge there because the crowd's going to be that much more into it. So yeah, let me get the Ravens. Not by a lot though, by 2 points.
Right now, let me get your take on them. Right now, week 10. Where do you have the Ravens in the AFC, like, as your, like, power rankings, like, top 3? Like, just give me your top 3 power rankings right now in the AFC. Like, where do you have them?
So you can't really, until proven otherwise, you can't really take anything away from Patrick Mahomes. The Chiefs have to be number 1 in my opinion. Like, that's just until he's been dethroned, he's the best. And then I would put Joe Burrow second because I think Joe Burrow is he'll rise to the occasion. So the Bengals put me at Bengals at 2, and then Lamar Jackson, the Ravens at 3. Okay. So yeah, that's how I got the hierarchy over there.
I respect it. It's always going to be Mahomes until.
And even that though, man. To be honest, you can right now you can make the argument that the Jags could go behind the Bengals in my opinion. I think the Bengals are better than the Jags, but the Jags can beat the Ravens, and the Jags have beat the Ravens. You know what I mean? Like, that could happen. So that's where I'm at with that.
Dr. Van said Broncos beat the Chiefs, so obviously they're number 1.
Oh, come on. Give them one bad week. That's fine.
Mark Speed in the house. Whoop, whoop. What's up, Mark Speed? Yeah, I can't wait for this game. It's going to be a fun one. I always like the divisional games, but I know you're ready for this one right here. I know you've been waiting. I know you have this game circled on your schedule since it came out back in May. The Niners versus the Jaguars. You're the Niner fan. Let's get your thoughts first on this game.
Oh, man. This is going to be hard. We need this one. So do they. Like, this is going to be some football, man. I don't know that we're going to see a ton of scoring because of that. And because both defenses are going to be fighting at the, just wanting to knock each other's heads off because this is a serious matchup. I want to give the edge to my boys because we have it. I think Trent Williams is going to play. I know Deebo Samuel is going to play. I don't know about Trent Williams just yet. But it seems like he's going to. Anyway, I'm pretty pretty confident. I'm not super confident, but if we lost, it would not surprise me. But I'm going to pick us with all the pieces back and Purdy getting that bye week. I mean, yes, they're coming off the bye week as well, so it's both teams are refreshed, if you will. But I just I got to pick my boys first of all, and to make the case for them. I think with everyone healthy, we're a lot more dangerous because every week we haven't had Debo, we've lost. I mean, not that that's the direct correlation, but like our offense hasn't looked the same. Nothing's like been clicking. With all the pieces back, we'll be clicking again, and we'll be able to score more than them. I mean, I think we're going to win by a touchdown or more, hopefully.
Yeah, and like Mark Speed says in the chat right here, Bosa and Young, Chase Young's first game.
I mean, our D-line should show out. That should. But we're also away. You don't get as much juice from your guys when you're away for some, because that's just human nature. But yeah, I mean, we should get some sacks tomorrow for sure. We should make Trevor make some mistakes. I mean, that we have to.
Yeah. So right now you are 3-point favorites on the road. The over/under is 44.5, and I have a couple of key injuries, like you stated. Trent Williams questionable. Aaron Banks, your guard, right, is out. And then on the Jag side is Zay Jones. He's out. Like the rest of the Jaguars, like Spence said in the chat, pretty much healthy, other than Zay Jones.
Yeah. It's not going to be easy. I mean, it should be a field goal finish, to be honest.
Let me get you my take. Both of y'all are coming off a bye.
Yeah.
So there's no really there's no really excuse to lose this game for each side of the ball. However, there's one team that has been rolling 5-game winning streak, and that is the Jaguars, right? And on the flip side, y'all have been losing 3 in a row. I'm sorry, Spence. I'm sorry, everybody in Jacksonville, especially on Twitter, because right now Jags Twitter is going crazy. But I have to go with the Niners here. I'm sorry. I cannot see a world where the Niners lose a month of football 4 weeks in a row. I'm sorry. I just can't. I get it. The injuries have been, the Niners have been banged up with injuries, but Debo is back. That's going to be huge for the Niners. He is just that Swiss Army knife that you need out there, even if it's just a decoy. That's just what Debo does. He just gets the eyes to him. So that opens up Ayuk. That opens up Kittle. I don't even need to even say anything about Christian McCaffrey. This dude just he does what he does every single week. So I don't need to even say that. It even opens up Kyle Juszczyk. Damn it! I mean, I like the team. I love the Jaguars team. They're a good ass team. So are the Niners. This is by far the best game on the week. But like I said, man, I cannot see a world where you guys lose a freaking month straight of football. So, and that's why I take the Niners here. Close game, like you said. I'm on the same boat as you, but give me the Niners, and I promise you, everybody, Knipe and I will disagree. I promise you.
Just want to actually, no, go ahead. Keep going.
Well, go ahead.
No, you're fine. Keep moving.
Okay. I'm saying we're going to disagree one time on this show. I promise you. We always do. We're going to head down to the Saints and the Vikings, the last 1 o'clock game here. Right now, the Saints are 3-point favorites on the road. How about those Vikings, bro? I want to show some love to Josh Dobbs. Now, we have trashed Dobbs on this show before. We have trashed the Cardinals a lot on this show before. But the fact that he went into Minnesota, no practice, no reps with the center, doesn't even know the full names of all these guys he's thrown it to, hasn't thrown a football to these guys. And he walks in when Jaren Hall gets hurt and leads this team to victory. Hats off to you, Josh. For real, that was one of the most awesome performances that I've seen in a long time. Well, with CJ Stroud as well. But just that narrative by itself, Josh Dobbs overcoming a lot this season, man. And honestly, I saw the report that he might get paid as a true number 2, like a elite number 2 quarterback in this league from what he just did, bro. So shout out to Josh Dobbs, man. Right now, the Saints are 3-point favorites on the road. 40.5 is the over-under. The Saints look good. No injuries, really. But on the flip side, KJ Osborne is questionable. Is still dealing with that concussion. Has to see if he gets cleared. TJ Hawkinson is questionable. Justin Jefferson, I just put him up there because he's eligible to return this week. Looks like he won't. So just Vikings fans, just, be prepared for him not to play in this game. I love the Josh Dobbs story. I love all this and that. Cam Akers, prayers up to you, buddy. Speedy recovery. Tears his Achilles once again, man. Second time he's done that. Give me the Saints, though. I like the Saints on the road. I mean, last week, man, the Vikings should have lost that game. They really should have. But you know why. You know why they won. Arthur Smith and Josh Dobbs. Well, and Josh Dobbs. But that's why. Give me the Saints, man. If the Saints can go 6-4 through 10 weeks, and they're on a bye next week, they're going to be looking good for that NFC South division. So I got the Saints in a very close game here. I think that 3-point spread is perfect. I got the Saints winning by 3 points.
No.
Uh-oh. See, I told you we're going to maybe disagree soon.
About time we disagree. You know how much I love my home teams when I don't know who's going to win? Yeah, man, I just this one's a tough one because you can make the case either way for both teams. I feel like because the Dobbs, what's going on with him, with how what level he's playing at, and then also the Saints are they're not a bad team. So to me, it makes sense to pick either one, but I'm gonna go with the Vikings being at home. I like them by a field goal, and I just don't think Derek Carr is going to do enough against that sneaky good Minnesota defense. They haven't been overly impressive, but they can show up, and I mean they did terrible in the first I think month and a half at home, but they've been playing better there as of late. They beat us there, and they beat who else didn't they, or was it just us recently or no? I don't know. But either way, they want to defend their home turf, and I think the Vikings will take this one. I think Dobbs being weak in the system. I like the system that O'Connell's running over there offensively, and I think he'll use his mobility to beat the Saints.
Yeah, so the last team they beat at home was you guys, the Niners.
Okay,
they had a close game against the Chiefs, but they had 3 out of the last 5 games have been on the road. So,
okay.
My guy, the Ace, is in the house, gifting out a membership. Oh, boom! Thank you, my guy. And Mark Speed, there you go, my boy. Welcome back to the squad, my friend. Appreciate you, Ace, man. What's up with Ace? Where you been at, man? He's been sick.
Turn your camera on.
Yeah, he's just been sick. He's been doing his thing. He's been dropping movie reviews. Get back on the show soon, Ace. Get back. But finally, we disagree, and you're going down, Knipe. Let's go to the 4 o'clocks. We got a doozy on our hands, Knipe. I say that because guess who's back? Back again. Hey, Kyler's back. Go grab some Call of Duty and play with your friend. Hey. Speaking of Call of Duty, it's out today. New Call of Duty alert. Kyler Murray, that's what he's doing right now as we're recording this show. The Falcons, we just said it. They blew the game against the Vikings last week. They should have won. They didn't. Arthur Smith hates Bijan Robinson. He won't say it, but we all know it. Or maybe he just loves Tyler Algier. I mean, who can't? Who does it? You know what I'm saying? Falcons are 2-point favorites on the road against the putrid 1-8. Absolutely trash, pathetic Cardinals. But they have some reinforcements because Kyler Murray's back and James Conner is back on the flip side of the ball. We have a couple of key injuries. Grady Jarrett is on the IR for the Falcons, and you got DJ Humphries questionable. Will Hernandez is questionable. The over/under is 43.5 for this game right here. 4 o'clocks. Arizona's at home. Good night. Call me crazy. Upset of the week. Upset of the week. Upset of the week. Give me the Cardinals. Okay? Listen, I just said it. This team is different. Kyler Murray's here. James Conner's back. I feel like that offense with Hollywood Brown, Trey McBride, Michael Wilson, and company. That's how you know we're big brain football guys over here. I can just name the whole offense for the Cardinals. That's how, wow. Arizona is going to hold down home field. This is my upset of the week. I know they're only 2-point underdogs, but I don't care. They're 1-8, damn it. Kyler Murray and James Conner are going to lead this team to victory. It's going to be a close game. Give me the over in this game as well. Give me a 30-26 Cardinal win.
Back to agreeing, man.
No.
That's not my upset of the
You
week.
just sold my thunder.
I'm sorry, it's not my upset of the week, but man, I just love rooting against Arthur Smith now. He can just that dude's brain, like, to just ignore your best players. Like, what are we doing, man? Like, what game is this? What am I watching? Why is Tyler? Sorry, but fuck your guy. Why does Tyler Dan Algier being the one who gets the rock in important situations? What do we? Oh man. Anyway, so I saw a stat today that said Tyler Algier 116 carries, 3.2 yards per carry. Yeah, beautiful. That usually would get you cut, by the way. That's usually when you're on the streets and you're getting 3.2 groceries per second. But Bijan Robinson's got 106 carries, so 10 less or whatever it was, and he's averaging 5 yards a carry. Weird. Yeah, who could have predicted that?
Sorry.
But yeah, we're gonna sit here and act like we just don't know how to use our players, and for that reason, how do you pick a coach like that actively does not try and use his best players? I just don't understand. It infuriates me. Dude, I know I have Bijan on fantasy. He's my first round pick, but like, that kid is so good. Use him, damn it! Like, let him eat. Let him be an NFL player, please, my guy, please. And yeah, I'm going to take the Cardinals. Kyler's back. The home crowd's going to be ruckus. They want to win, even though they don't want to win a lot. The first game back for a guy is going to be one that they do want to win. And I'll take the I'll take the Cardinals by 10 points.
10. Sheesh.
I think the Cardinals are going to put a number. I think Arthur Smith is just going to be doing his stupid little "how did that happen" all day, and the Cardinals defense is going to show out a little bit.
Yeah, they're going to get stuffed on the goal line about 8 times in the game, like they usually do. The Falcons, I'm talking about. Even though, hey, Arthur Smith did say Tyler Algier is one of the best goal line backs in the league. I'm just saying.
They ran a jet sweep with Jonnu Smith at the 1 instead of giving it to Bijan Robinson. What?
Yeah, that's Arthur Smith for you. Lions and the Chargers, gonna be a good one. Gonna be a very good one. I'm glad it's 4:00. Thank God. Usually it's 4:00 when the blowouts happen, but the Lions are on the road here. 3-point favorites against these Chargers. I'm sorry, 48.5 is the over/under. This is a high-scoring powerhouse game right here. They're thinking Vegas is. Not really a lot of key injuries. I know C.J. Gardner-Johnson is on the IR for the Lions. I'm gonna try to say this name. Halua Palavati Viatea is out for the Lions. I'm sorry. If you're watching this somehow, some way, I'm so sorry if I just butchered your whole name. But the Chargers put out an injury report. They said everyone's good to go. No injuries for the Chargers.
Yeah.
None. Chargers just spanked the Jets. Just spanked them on Monday night. It wasn't even a game, man. Shout out to the Jets defense for giving me that victory in fantasy football, man.
Whatever, dude. Move on.
Sorry.
Move on.
I will move on. Now, this could be my upset of the week, too. But give me the Chargers here at home against the Lions. Now, I am a little sketchy, but I think the Chargers have enough. Josh Palmer is on the IR as well. I should have put that on there. So I think they have enough, though. I think Eckler, Allen, Gerald Everett, and Parham, Johnston can all get it done here. Give me the Chargers. Take down those Lions. Sorry, Mark Speed.
Well, yeah, there comes another disagreement because, dude, I cannot pick the Staley ran Chargers to beat the Lions in a competitive football game. Like, no, I don't care who's at home. Like, Chargers home field is not really a home field, and Detroit's going to win this football game. It should be fun. Hopefully, there's fantasy points. Hopefully, there's real points and all sorts of offense happening because that would be cool. But even though I don't think it'll be pretty, I think Jared Goff will do enough with Amon-Ra St. Brown doing work to get the W. So, yeah, give me the Lions on the road. He said whatever. It's salty as hell.
Don't be mad, Mark. Come on, man. You're still going to win our division. That's a given.
No, the Lions are winning this football game.
Damn, my neighbor's just... Jesus, bro. What are they playing? Sumo wrestling up top?
I heard you pick the Chargers.
Yeah, they probably do. They're probably Lions fans up top. Montgomery is playing. Yes, he is. Mark Speed, thank you for pointing that out. David Montgomery is back. He's going to be looking, trying to get his job back from Jahmyr Gibbs. That doesn't look like. I don't think it'll happen. I think Dan Campbell finally realized, damn, we got a weapon on our hands, boys. Let me throw some dip in there and play him more. But it's gonna be. They got a nice backfield, man. The Lions have a very good backfield until Montgomery gets hurt next week. We're gonna move down to this trash ass game. God, honestly, let me say this on record. What a disgrace are the New York Giants. What a flat out joke of a franchise are the New York Giants. What a flat out piss poor, pathetic ass roster are the New York Giants. This team should not even be allowed to play in the NFL. This is an XFL team. The New York Giants with Tommy DeVito. Tommy DeVito. This guy sucks. He's one of the worst quarterbacks. I thought it was Ben DiNucci. It's Tommy DeVito. This guy is awful. Pure trash. Why not give Colt I keep saying this almost every single week. Why not give Colt McCoy a call? There's no way in hell Tommy DeVito is better than Colt McCoy.
Agreed.
There's no way. I get it. You're 2-7. The goal is to lose, right? Might as well just lose. Might as well just wave the white flag. Tank for a quarterback because Daniel Jones, he's done. God rest him. I mean, speedy recovery for Daniel Jones. Sucks to see him tear his ACL, especially on that back. He just literally did a backdrop, back step, and boom, his ACL's torn. Sucks to see that, man. But your career with the Giants is probably over, man. Definitely got to go with quarterback for the Giants this upcoming draft. This is going to be a flat-out slaughter. I mean, right now, the Cowboys are 17-point favorites at home. 17.
Holy shit.
And guess what? The over-under is 38.5. So they're not even thinking. You know what they're thinking? You know what the Vegas is thinking?
Okay.
The Cowboys are probably going to score 33 points and the Giants 3. Like, the Cowboys might cover the over by themselves. I'm sorry, Ace. I'm sorry. Your Ace is in the chat. I'm sorry, man. But I know you're feeling what I'm feeling, bro. I know you are. This team is a joke. Give me the Cowboys. Remember what happened the first time they played them. They beat them 40-0 in New York. Well, New Jersey, wherever the hell they play. They're in Dallas. They're in Jerry World. Cowboys by 1,000,000. Give me the Cowboys. And now if the Giants somehow win this game, I know Aces will clip this and blast me. But there's no way, man. There's no way.
Yeah, there's no shot on the road against Dallas that you're taking this W. Like, I agree with you, man. Colt McCoy, not only that, but like almost any quarterback that's willing to accept a job right now for a few bucks, like, can y'all just put on something decent to watch, man? Like, y'all are dicks. Like, you're gonna make us watch Tommy DeVito, man? Like, are you like, huh? Dude, Bajan's more entertaining than Tommy freaking DeVito. Are you serious?
Yeah.
What? Like, call somebody, man. Like, there's no way you can't throw $750,000 or $1 million at some freaking dude, like, for whatever the league minimum is, bring him in for a half a season. Just like, yeah, dude, just throw it up wherever you want. Like throw it to Hyatt 7 times a game, 50 yards down the field. Like that's what I would do if I was a coach. Because why not? Screw it. Like who cares? Like you're just there having fun now. Like you're just playing for funsies. Yeah, like Giants, you might be able to keep it close for the until like the first half of the first quarter. But as soon as pick six happens by Bland or fucking someone else, I mean, you guys are just gonna be like 40-0 might be like that might be the bar, dude. Like they might win like if the Dallas Cowboys want to be dicks, like they could fucking run the score up. I don't think they will be, even though it's a divisional game, because it's like, what do you have to do to beat Tommy DeVito? You know what I mean? But man, like French is like, if there's ever been a week to just be able to chill and watch your team, like French, congratulations, because this is going to be the most relaxing bye week you guys have had in a while. What a joke of a game and what a joke of a team, in my opinion. Like, I'm so glad this isn't primetime either, because this would just be like, don't put Tommy DeVito in primetime. You all better flex that shit so fucking fast, man.
They won't. They'll never flex a Cowboys game out, ever.
If it was Tommy DeVito, dude, unfortunately, it's worth it.
A says 8 games of DeVito now, 15 years of Caleb coming soon. Honestly,
dude, fuck Caleb. I don't even.
I was about to say, let me get your. Let's go off topic for like just 2 minutes here. Let me get your take on the whole Caleb Williams thing of him crying like an absolute crybaby to his mommy in her arms in the stands. This isn't a national championship game he lost. This is a random game, not a random game, but you know what I'm saying, like a week 8 game against Washington. And he's crying like a little bitch to his mom. What is your take on that? If you're an NFL GM, owner, anything, and you see that, I get it. He loves the game, right? But then not only does he cry like a little pussy, he goes to the presser and says, I just want to cuddle with my dog and watch shows. Who is this man? Whose man's is this, man? Like, really? This is like, give me your thoughts on that real quick.
Oh yeah, Caleb Williams. Like, I mean, that little display right there. Like, first of all, grow up a little bit, bro. Like, I understand. Like, everyone wants to win. You ain't the only one who wants to win and be great, dude. I promise you that. And he's just bugging me in general. He's pissed me. Like it's already almost worse than how I felt about Eli Manning coming out with the whole like, I'm not gonna play for did that in the third. Like, man, shut up. Like. Go play for who you got drafted for, you little fucking bitch. Like, I gotta go make millions of dollars over here. Fucking win. Like, that's in my market. Like, dude, eat a dick. Like, if you got drafted by them, go play and quit whining. But yeah, I'm like, he's striking me as a guy who's just gonna be too much of a headache, like almost like a Deshaun Jackson, or a Odell Beckham, or one of these guys are just like, they're just off the rails. They go freaking, they go haywire on social media, and you're gonna have to like, as a GM, you're going to have to deal with that and be like, all right, I have to babysit this motherfucker and either keep a PR person on his nuts like 24/7 so he doesn't do any dumb shit. Otherwise, my franchise is going to, be a joke and a mockery real quick. And I feel like that could happen, dude. Like, he's acting like he's already won football games in this league. And, dude, I don't know if you've noticed, but the NFL, those motherfuckers are real good at football, like real good at football, dude. And there's a reason that there's only like 15 good quarterbacks in the whole United States of America. Like, come on, dude. Like, you can't just act like you're one of them off rip.
He says, sounds like he's still salty Eli beat the Niners in the NFC Championship game.
Man, you freaking beat our punt team, retard, that dropped it twice.
No, I mean, hey, I'm still salty, Ace, that the Giants beat the freaking Packers in the NFC Championship game with Brett Favre. I'll never forget that game, bro. Gosh, never forget that game. Let's go down to the Commanders. This is the last 4 o'clock game. The Commanders versus the Seahawks here. Commanders squeak out a win against those Patriots last week. The Seahawks got blown out, like we stated earlier. Right now, the Commanders, new era for them, right? They traded away all their pieces. They're loading up on draft capital. And right now, the Seahawks are 6-point favorites at home. The over-under is 38.5. I need Geno to step up here. I'm sorry. I love how Geno won comeback player of the year and all that stuff. But come on now. You need to step up. You need to keep it going, man, because you're looking a little mid. honestly, in my eyes. It would not shock me if the Commanders win this game. I don't. The Seahawks are just such a weird team. I'm not picking them. I'm picking the Seahawks. No, don't know. I'm not doing that. I'm picking the Seahawks to win. But like this team is just rocky, man. The Seahawks are just a weird team right now. They're giving more snaps to Zach Chardonnay than Kenneth Walker. Like what? What are y'all doing, Pete? I know you don't like to run the ball in general, but come on now. Give me the Seahawks. I think they will win by 7. There's no key injuries. Everybody's pretty much healthy in this game on both sides. Give me the Seahawks at home, like you said throughout the season. Seahawks always play great at home. Give me the home team. Give me the Seahawks.
Yeah, I called the Seahawks getting blown out last week just because their offenses looked like kind of like just mediocre as hell. But this is a get right defense to get your offense right. So I would like the Seahawks as well. I think they're going to win by another. I think it's going to be they got dog walk last week, and this week they're doing the dog walking. So yeah, I think the Seahawks are going to handle the Commanders pretty easily. I hate saying that because I don't like that's like my least favorite team in the NFL, but realistic, and I just don't see a world in which the Commanders come out with this W. I mean, sure, I give it like a 10% chance of happening, but I just man, I don't see it at all. Even if they won ugly, they're going to win. But I think they're going to win by at least like 14, 15, something like that. So yeah, give me the Seahawks at home, and I think they're going to win convincingly.
Yeah. So this is your most hated team right here.
Oh yeah, I hate the Seahawks the most.
Okay. Going down to Sunday Night Football. The everyone's been waiting for this one. Everybody's been waiting. We all waiting all day for a Sunday night. We got this great game on our hands. NFL says, "Who cares? We're not gonna flex this. Why not?" The Jets on the road to the Las Vegas Raiders. Sunday Night Football. Raiders are favorites at home. It's going to be a toss-up game. Over-under is 36.5. Let me just say this before I get my pick. Why the hell y'all celebrating like you just won the Super Bowl? Smoking cigars in the locker room and all this stuff. You beat a trash-ass Giants team with Tommy DeVito. Why are you smoking cigars like you just won something big? What the hell? What are you Raiders doing? Oh, we smoking cigars. Max Crosby smoking a cigar. Like, bruh, really? For that reason, I hope they get their ass kicked. Because come on, man. No, I might get blasted on this for saying that, but I think that was come on, bro. You beat it's week 9 and you're over here celebrating like you just clinched a division win or something, bro. Jets, this team looks trash too, man. I feel bad for the New York teams, man. I mean, we just had to watch the Yankees stink it up all year long, and then now they have to watch the Jets and the Giants try to fight to see who's the worst team offensively in the league. I mean, prayers up to Breece Hall and Garrett Wilson. That's all they got. I mean, Allen Lazard sucks. CJ Uzama dropped a wide open touchdown. I know it was trash, garbage time, but golly. Can anybody make a play on this team? The one thing I will say, Troy Aikman ripped apart the Jets. He was ripping them apart all game long. That was funny as hell. Give me the Raiders at home. I just can't trust the Jets anymore, man. I tried. I picked them a couple of times to win. They did, but right now, man, I just can't see how they keep throwing Zach Wilson out there. At one point, you got to be like, "Yo, listen, we're a 500 football team right now. This guy doesn't help us win at all. Zach Wilson sucks. He's garbage, man. If I'm Robert Saleh, you got to realize, try something else. Give me the Raiders at home. I think right now they are on that high from that win last week with Antonio Pierce. The Raider way is back right off a win. Give me the Raiders. I don't feel comfortable, but give me the Raiders here at home.
All right, well, I'm going to give you a little bit of crap forgive my boy Max Crosby, who's an awesome freaking player. Let that man smoke a cigar, bro. What the hell's the problem?
I didn't say anything about the player. He's a great player. I agree.
No. You leave them alone, all right? You want to know why they did it? Because you have to get back at your coach that you guys obviously all like felt some sort of way about. Like it clearly like hyped up the team and got, you know what I mean? Like their coach, that's what that current coach right now wants to see. He wants them to let loose. You can tell they want it, like they want to feel like they've been freed, you know, even though they're still doing basically the same things. They want to feel like that they can be more themselves, and that's kind of what, you know what I mean? That's what I feel like that was. And I'll give them some slack. I mean, you're the Raiders, and like, you know, it's not like you get too many wins. So, I mean, hey, celebrate, man. You know, why not? And I don't think they're going to win this week. I'm going to go with my upset of the week.
Oh,
I'm going to pick the New York Jets this week, and I know I don't love it, but I just think that between both defenses, this game can be won or lost through one of these defenses because there's two terrible quarterbacks, and I feel like you're gonna have to throw the ball at some point. It's gonna get real interesting when the ball is gonna be in the air this week. I feel like you're gonna see plenty of turnovers. There's gonna be, I mean, Aiden O'Connell can be a fumble machine. So can Zach Wilson. We know that. Man, there can be so many turnovers in this damn game. So I'm gonna take the Jets to win by an ugly field goal. Please don't give us like some sort of like 15-12 crap. But I could see it being that ugly, man. Like, cause it really, like, there's no, like, how is this a high scoring game? Like, it almost doesn't happen, right? Like, there's no way. And to me, if there's one narrative that I can follow, it's that the Jets defense has been real. The Jets defense is quality. So I mean, give me that defense and let you know, put the win on their back. You know, make them make a pick six or something to beat you. Which I think I'm going to call it this week. Sauce is going to get him one.
A pick six or a pick?
Yeah, I think he's going to take one to the house this week. Sauce is due, man. Come on, Sauce. Do your shit.
Yeah, they almost picked, like, they almost had like 3 picks last week by Justin Herbert. They just kept dropping it. I mean, I was like, come on, pick them off.
Yeah.
Pick them off. But, yeah, I mean, I just can't. I listen to New York radio almost every single day. Shout out to Michael K. Show. The fans, bro, they cannot stand Zach Wilson anymore. I'm telling you, they are like screaming in the phone, like when they're calling into the show.
I'll make a prediction too, real quick. I think at halftime it's going to be like 6-3. And I bet you we see Trevor Siemian in the second half, and he'll end up like maybe not winning the game, but I think Trevor Siemian makes his appearance this week.
That's what I was saying. Like, why don't you just try it with somebody?
I think that'll happen this week. I'm pretty sure that'll happen this week. I just feel like it's going to happen for sure. There's almost no way. Like in the prime time, if he's throwing a dud up in the first half, how do you throw him out there in the second half? Let Siemian at least try.
What? Now, here's my thing. What if Zach Wilson gets hurt? I'm just saying, like, I think they only have one quarterback on the roster. Like,
I think Siemian should be it.
Yeah, but
and then after that, then they're just F. But I mean,
yeah,
they're watching Tommy DeVito level quarterback play.
Please, gosh, no. Let's touch on the Monday Night Football game real quick before we get into DraftKings. Shout out to everybody in the house, man. Appreciate y'all on the Friday evening. We got another doozy on our hands for Monday Night Football. You know, wrapping up Week 10 here. Broncos taking on. Actually, I don't mind this game. I don't mind this game. Like when the Broncos have been playing some good football lately, like especially on the defensive side of the ball. They've been playing really better. Broncos taking on the Bills. Bills are right now a touchdown favorite at home. 46.5 is the over under. On the Bills side of the ball, Micah Hyde and Stephon Diggs are both questionable. They're both going to play probably. I know Diggs for sure will play. He's dealing with a back injury. But Bills, man, what is up? What is going on, man? What? I picked y'all to beat the Bengals, and y'all fell flat on your face. Like it wasn't even really close, bro. Except for at the end. But come on now, this Bills team, Latavius Murray, if you didn't know this, set up a players-only meeting.
What? Really?
Yeah. Yeah. The third string running back now, because they signed Fournette, is setting up a players only meeting. That's how bad right now this team is. They have all the talent in the world, bro, but they don't have they're not in sync. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what's going on. Josh Allen's throwing picks like Brett Favre out there. He has 69 interceptions since 2018 now, which is highest in the NFL by far. I love Josh Allen, man. He has all the talent in the world, one of the best quarterbacks in the league, but you got to take care of the ball, bro, if you have any shot to win. I like the Bills on a bounce back. Like I said, shout out to the Broncos. They cut Frank Clark. They're making moves, and they're winning football games now, and they're playing better defense. Russell Wilson is looking pretty solid this season, top 5 almost every single quarterback category. So shout out to Russ. He's actually cooking something, not ramen. He's cooking something pretty smelly, and it smells good, right? But I like the Bills here at home. Give me the Bills. I like the Bengals on the backdoor cover, though. I'm sorry, I like the Broncos on the backdoor cover.
Yeah, we're gonna finish the slates agreeing. I think this will be a close game, closer than people think, that they're probably giving it credit for. Because I'm surprised that the Bills are favored by so much with how like back and forth they've looked. But I mean, being at home, prime time, Josh will get it done. We might not always like how Josh does it, but I mean, yeah, he has a lot of turnovers. He's a gunslinger, man. Like he likes to throw the ball. I guess I kind of don't mind as much when the guy can throw 80-yard touchdowns like it's nothing. Even though he's been really inaccurate as of late with his deep balls, but I mean he'll hit on those again eventually. It's just I think it's his shoulders probably I think bugging him a little bit more than he would like to lead on, because he's a tough dude. Like Josh is he's a built tall like that dude is huge, man. Like he's just like nothing hurts me. And so that's why I think he's just trying to, kind of brush it off and be like, oh yeah, my shoulder's fine, even though it's probably a little bugging him just enough to make a difference. But still, I like the Bills to win by probably, I'd say, give me the 4-point win.
I just think like the Broncos maybe late will make it interesting.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't think they'll, just get absolutely crapped on in prime time. I think that the defense has been improving and that they'll make Josh earn it. And it's not going to be touchdown upon touchdown upon touchdown,
Yeah. Dr. Van, my boy, says he's a Bronco fan. Traded Randy Gregory, who has now cursed the Niners. That's funny. That's funny. I think they were undefeated since they traded him, and then you guys haven't won.
There's been, the way that we've lost, it's not like we would lose them like by a lot or anything. It's like it's small little things that happened, and whatever.
No, that was just funny as hell. Kind of a weird coincidence. We're gonna head on over to DraftKings real quick. Get you some fantasy plays of the week. Didn't really do too hot last week, man. Didn't really do too hot last week. If you didn't have CJ Stroud or the Texans offense, you didn't win big money. Yep. If you stacked the whole Texans offense, you won, basically. So this week is a new week upon us. And you know my rule. I like to go mid-tier. And there's a couple of good guys in this little range right here. Like, I was actually thinking Sam Howell possibly right there at 5.9 against the Seahawks. Derek Carr is always kind of like your safety blanket in that range because he's going to give you at least 15 points. Seems like every single week. Gino Purdy's in a good spot. But I went Will Levis, bro.
I like that a lot.
Yeah, I went Will Levis at 5.3. Saves you a lot of salary relief. And going against a beat up, like we stated earlier in the show, the Bucs are dealing with a lot of secondary injuries right now. So if those guys like Jamil Dean or Carlton Davis miss, this could be a really, really good play. Will Levis at 5.3. I know that 9-point game log doesn't look hot, but he was going against the Steelers, and Mike Tomlin always has those guys going. And right now the Bucs secondary has been putrid this season. So I like the Will Levis right there at 5.3.
I love that play because you don't ever want to play people like, to me, I'm sorry, but Derek Carr, you highlighted him. I would never select Derek Carr how often has Derek Carr finished as a top quarterback? Fucking never. Basically never. So, if the ceiling isn't basically QB 1, 2, or 3, why would I bother? I mean, at least Will Levis has that in his range of outcomes because he already showed us he scored 28 or something his first week.
It was 23.
Well, it was
26. So yeah.
that's good. I mean, that's healthy.
Yeah.
Like that's a good ceiling. Like so that means he can flirt with 30 even, you know,
Mm-hmm.
because he does have legs too. Like Will Levis can run. He can rush for touchdowns. So yeah, I love that play. And did I take him too, or did I take Kyler Murray?
Let me check real quick.
I can't remember. I remember I wasn't in love with my lines I sent you, but
Kyler.
I put Kyler.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, again, so he's averaged I think like 20 points or so, or right above 20 points a game for his like career as a fantasy quarterback.
Yeah.
And I'll take a guy who has a lot of juice and momentum and fresh legs. Like I know he's coming off ACL tear, but he's a healthy dude. You know what I mean? Like he's not going to be like he's useless. Like people think he's not going to run at all.
Mm-hmm.
I highly doubt that. I bet you anything Kyler runs because that's what Kyler does. That Kyler can't that's just his instinct. Like he's not going to be able to get rid of his instinct. His instinct will be to run when it makes sense to run. And so I think that with an extra 4 to 6 points on the ground, with potentially more, hopefully with a rushing touchdown, I like Kyler Murray this week. And he was pretty cheap.
Yeah, he's really cheap. 5.9. That's super cheap for Kyler Murray.
And also, you want to know why? Because fuck Arthur Smith.
And also, he probably will be super low owned as well because they're going to be scared to play him on his first week back. So
I ain't scared.
No, I'm saying that's a good high leverage tournament play. Like no one's going to probably have him, or maybe I'm overlooking it. Maybe everyone's like, "Damn, 5.9K for Kyler, give me that."
That's how I looked at it. I mean,
yeah. For my running backs, I went Aaron Jones at 6.5. I think if you don't give this man the ball 20 times, at least 20, right? He caught 4 catches, so 24 times last week, and we won the football game. Look at this, 7, 8, 5, 9. Give the man the ball, and the Packers have a shot to win the game, right? I think it's going to be another one of those games. He's going to touch the ball at least 20 times against a Pittsburgh team that's allowing a lot of yards on the ground this season. They're ranked 26th against the running back fantasy-wise. So, like I said, man, this guy should be the focal point of the Packers, and at 6.5K, I think he's fully healthy now. He's been last week he kind of showed us, and this week he had a full week of practice once again. So it looks like Aaron Jones is officially fully healthy. So give me him at 6.5K. And then I went up a little bit to Tony Pollard just because this should be a blowout against the Dallas Cowboys. So he should see probably 15 to 20 carries, maybe more, maybe 25. I mean, he saw that. Oh, he only had 14 carries in the first week, but he had 2 touchdowns. He was involved in the blowout. But then you saw like the Jets game, the 20. Like we haven't seen him get a lot of bulk of carries in a while. I think this week against the Giants, they probably are walking in there like this should be a cakewalk. Like let's get Pollard going. Let's give him the ball. Let's burn the clock out. Hopefully no one gets hurt. You know what I'm saying? So I think Tony Pollard in the game script will help him out a lot at 7.3. And then for my flex, I went another running back. I went with Jahmyr Gibbs at 7K. I know it's a little risky because David Montgomery's back, but it's a very high point game. I want that game script with, the Lions and the Chargers slated right now, the highest over under at 48.5. So you want to get a piece of that game. And I think he's going to get more involved in the passing game. Like we might see another 9 catch game, like we did against the Ravens. So I know Montgomery's back. He's probably going to take away the goal line carries for him. But we saw what he did against the Raiders in Week 8. This guy is a playmaker. And I think finally Dan Campbell is unleashing him. So I like him at 7K. You could go ETN, though. ETN's in a good spot, but I think he has a tougher matchup. So I went with Gibbs.
Oh, I mean, I don't mind that. It's not where I went, and I love the Tony Pollard play. I wish I could put him in my lineup because, like I said, I'm not a huge fan of my lineup this week, but we'll see what happens. But Tony Pollard, man, if y'all are listening, y'all building your own lineups, like that should be like a guarantee. Like, dude, Tony punch it in 4 times, forgot 5 times. You know, it's
Yeah.
dude, screw it. Get 6 or 7. Like you have the ability this week to do that, Mike McCarthy. So I mean, like, just tell your defense, hey, when you pick it off, get out of bounds at the 3 so we can get Tony involved. Because that's what I mean, dude. Just give, like, I feel like they've been giving CD some confidence games because like they were kind of ignoring him for some odd reason.
Yeah.
But then they got him going, and now it's time to get Tony going. Like Tony, like, dude, if he does, like, if he doesn't get at least 100 yards rushing and a touchdown, what is happening? Like, that should be the minimum tomorrow, or sorry, Sunday. Is 100 rushing yards and a touchdown. Like, give Tony, come on, man. Like, you have to do it this week. There's no excuses anymore. Like, if you don't do it this week, I'm just going to say that you're kind of bad this year.
Okay.
Because, I mean, what else has he done besides week 1?
Yeah, he has kind of dipped. Like,
he has very dipped. Average, like extremely average.
Yeah, like after week 3, he just kind of fell off.
Yeah, dude, it's been just mediocre as hell. Like, just like, I mean,
well, look at the average per game. I mean, 4.4 yards per carry is not bad, but he had 3.6. He had 2 yards.
He just hasn't looked explosive, and he's not making big plays like he was last year.
Who'd you go with your running backs?
Where did I go? I forget.
You went up. You paid some money. You went McCaffrey right here.
Boy. But
there's nothing really to say about this man, but go ahead.
He's kind of a cheat code, and he's gonna get a touchdown. That boy gonna get in that end zone. So go ahead and give me them automatic TDs. I'm gonna ride that train as long as it'll fucking go. Yeah, what do you have to say? I mean, dude, give him McCaffrey. End of story.
Yeah. And then you went up again. You went Eckler.
I went big on running back this week, apparently. Then, yeah. So, I mean, both my guys that I picked, they're both first round talents, and I mean, PPR. Like, I think they both can. Like, they're both their game scripts. Like, we could get in a shootout with Jacksonville, and the Chargers could get in a shootout with the Lions. So if those things kind of happen, then I think that the running backs will be involved in the passing game, at least, to some degree, to get 50, 60, 70 yards. So I think both are good for at least 4 to 7 receptions tomorrow.
Yeah, I like your I agree with you with the catches. I think both of those guys are going to get a lot through the air. Mm-hmm. I think, dude, I might have to make a lineup with Eckler and Gibbs, like both running backs in that game, because I feel like they're both kind of like on the same game script, like a lot of screenplays probably in that game, Well,
I mean, yeah, just a lot of options are down for Herbert, so he's more likely to check it down to Eckler now.
Yeah. What's up, my guy? Jonathan's in the building. What's good? We got Spence saying tough matchup for CMC. Ooh, Spence said.
Well, yeah, but dude, it's CMC, bro.
For my receivers, I kind of went mid tier. I went low, and you already know who I'm going with. I think he might be the most chalkiest player of the slate. It's probably going to be. I mean, honestly, why not play this guy? Oh wait, I'm going on receiver. There we go. I was like, where is he? Tyler Boyd.
I know it.
Yeah, I mean, you have to at 4.6, right?
Yeah,
that's going to be your salary relief, and no T. Higgins, possibly no Jamar Chase. Fire him up. Even if Jamar Chase plays, fire him up. Like, this should be a no-brainer. It should be a free square, honestly, if you're building a lineup. Like, this should be one of your – just because of the value standpoint. Like, I'm not saying that because he's on my fantasy team. He's going to ball out because he's on my fantasy team. But save some salary, 4.6K for Tyler Boyd, and then you want to go back to the injury, right? There's a lot of injury news out there. Why not go back with Tank Dell and get in that game script? Once again, you got 2 receivers in that game. No Nico Collins. Tank Dell at 5.5K. We've seen what this kid can do. I mean, last week he balled out for 32 fantasy points. 6 catches, 114 yards, 2 touchdowns. And he's been quiet, for a little bit. But this was a remembrance game. Like, yo, Tank Dell, he can ball, man. He can make some plays now. And without Nico there, he should see a lot of looks. And then I went somewhere where I've never been this year before.
Where's that?
Terry McLaurin. Scary Terry will be the first week I play this guy at 5.8K, because look at this game log, bro. 14. I know it's not sexy, but 14, 15, 17, 12. He's getting double digits. You want more than 12, of course, for almost 6K. But I think this matchup should be a pretty fun one to watch because Seattle has gave up a lot of yardage through the air in the season. So Sam Howell has shown us he rips that thing. Like, Sam Howell is not scared to throw the football. So I like Scary Terry here. You could go Dotson as well because Dotson has been hot and he's cheaper at 5K. But I think either or, I think the receivers for the Commanders are in a good spot this week. So I went with those three guys.
Do I have the exact same receivers?
Do you?
Look at
No,
what I
you
think.
don't. No, you don't. You don't have any of them. Oh, you have one. You have Boyd.
Okay, all right. Who are my other two?
You had Hollywood.
Oh yeah, because my stack. That's right. Yeah, because I mean, when Kyler plays, he targets Marquise quite a bit. Like last year before D Hop got activated, Marquise was an animal, and he'll get definitely over 8 targets this or on Sunday or this weekend, Sunday, whatever. Yeah, Marquise should do well PPR wise. He may or may not score, but I think he can definitely get in the end zone.
Hold on, Jonathan said the legend of Tank Dell. He was in here week 3 when I called the Tank Dell big game, and he was like, "Who the hell is that?" And then he balled out. He like messaged me on the side. He goes, "Bro, Tank Dell is him." I was like, "I told you, bro."
Tank
The
is
legend. Yeah. And then you went with D Hop.
Hell yeah, because of what we were talking about earlier, with Levis. And dude, with both, I didn't know both cornerbacks were playing. I wouldn't even care if both those cornerbacks were playing. I still would have done this. But the fact that they're both questionable, so they're not going to be like 100% healthy, and then you got to take on DeAndre Hopkins. Like, yeah, give me that with a guy who just apparently has his longest ADOT or something like that right now for any quarterback because he's only played a few games, but he's throwing the ball deep, which is really good for fantasy. So I mean, dude, Will Levis, man, freaking chuck that damn thing, play your freaking football, and give him some damn fantasy points, bro.
Oh, yeah. And then you went with my guy, Christian Watson.
Oh, I did. That's right. I did grab. So I had to go cheap.
I don't like this play.
Christian Watson was, I mean, to me, it was almost this guy. I know he hasn't been anything that incredibly special for fantasy wise, but this guy is good. He is an athlete, and he can give you those weeks that you're like, holy crap. Like, I'm so glad I started that dude. So, hey, why not this week against a secondary that is exploitable, even though it's going to be tough on the road? I think when they do get desperate, I think the Packers will start to throw it up a little bit to him. And hey, he's that guy. He's like a Shaheed type. He can give you that 12-point or 13-point single play. So I love going for a flyer like that who's under $5,000.
And then you picked Boyd as well for your flex.
Yeah, we've talked about him. That's
we already
pretty.
Talked about him.
Yeah, no T Higgins. Jamar Chase is banged up. So I mean, yeah, I'm going to take a guy who's at least I know he's dependable.
Yeah, I want to shot or maybe call out some names here real quick. George Pickens, 5.1K. I say that because, like we said earlier, Jair is out, so he's Deontay. He doesn't even have a picture up here. It's kind of disrespectful. But Deontay Johnson and that's so weird. I was like, what the? Oh, there he is. I was like, where? That's fucked up. Deontay Johnson and George. I know what George Pickens did last week. Everyone's going to be scared to play him, but he's better than that. Like, let's be honest here. He's better than this. And both those guys are in a really good spot too. So if you're looking to save some money, I'd play those guys as well. Going over to tie in, I had to save a little bit of cash, spend up a little bit. So I went with Trey McBride at 3.5K. And it's because Kyler Murray's back. I mean, we've seen what McBride did against the Ravens with Josh Dobbs. I didn't play him last week because I cannot trust a guy named Clayton Tune. But Zach Ertz is still on the IR. He's still gonna get some look, like a lot of looks. He's a safety blanket over there in Arizona. And I feel like with Kyler Murray, it's gonna be fun to see these two link up. I'm calling a touchdown for Trey McBride this week, man. At 3.5K, he's so cheap. And then you had Parham.
Yeah, I went Donald Parham because I was just trying to. I mean, when you spend up for Christian McCaffrey and Austin Eckler, you got to make some tough decisions.
Yeah.
And when you're doing tight end, in my opinion, staying super cheap is totally okay because you're just hoping for a touchdown no matter what tight end you take. That's not Kelsey or Andrews or whatever the top five. Um, yeah, so Parham, he is a red zone threat. They're lacking weapons over there in LA. And Parham, if he's in the red zone, he had a week already where he caught 2 touchdowns. I think that could happen again. If they get in a shootout, that could definitely happen again.
Yeah. I do like I was looking at somebody. Your boy Ferguson's in a good spot if you want to spin up a little bit more. He's a baller. I liked Sam Laporta. I know he's like 5.7K, but I feel like he's in a really good matchup here with the Chargers. But I can't. It's so scary to pay up for tight end. Speaking of paying up for defense, I went all the way up, bro. I'll play the Cowboys at 4.4. I mean, I hate doing it, bro. Every time I do it, I get messed over. But how can you not play this defense against this Tommy DeVito led Giants team? Like Saquon should see about 40 carries this game. Honestly, until he gets hurt, because he's going to get hurt one time in this game. Saquon will leave the game for about a series or so, dealing with a messed up calf or something. He's always hurt. But Cowboys 4.4. I know it's scary, but I'm telling you, you saw what they did week 1. They put 37 up. And if they do that, or they put 27 up, you don't want to miss out on that. So give me the Cowboys up there at 4.4. You went cheap to the Cardinals.
Yeah, because again, I really just want to put emphasis on this. Fuck Arthur Smith. I really hate that man.
I know.
But no, I think the Cardinals will play inspired this week. I couldn't afford the Cowboys defense because again, just poor budgeting. All right, just I got 2 of the big guys, and that was it for my team. But yeah, so I went with the Cardinals because I think other than the Cowboys, these guys can actually do something this week. Because Heineke is not someone who's gonna be perfect or flawless as a quarterback. And so he can make a mistake that leads to points, and I'll take that chance with a home team who's like playing inspired at least this week. Yeah, let me get the Cardinals, but man, the Cowboys, like that should be the lock. Like that defense, that should give you 20 like 5+ points, like with minimum. Like, you know what? I really hope I hope Dable is at least bold enough to try this. Don't let Tommy DeVito throw one time. I'm not even kidding. Do not throw the ball once tomorrow or Sunday. Do not throw it one time. Let Saquon go until he tells you he needs a breather. Then put Breida in, and continually do that. And wear the hell out of that offensive or defensive line down. That's the only chance that you have at all of making something happen that isn't just trash and letting the defense beat you like before the first half is over. I wouldn't let him throw one single pass. I would rush every single play. If it didn't work, whatever. Like, did you really think that Tommy DeVito throwing it was going to work? So I mean, I hope that Daboll like basically does that. I mean, yeah, but let's not. I don't want to watch. I'm sure French does. I'm sure all Cowboys fans do, but like, no one wants to watch DeVito throw the ball anymore, dude. Like, just hand it off, bro.
Yeah, no, I'm with you, man. I was screaming that last week when they kept throwing the ball, and I'm like, just run it with Saquon.
You run it, man. Yeah,
and like Saquon was showing you that. I know it was like they were down 24-0. Like I get it, but like Saquon was getting like 20 yards per carry almost. Like later on in the game, like not at the beginning stages, but like anytime he touched the ball, like the 2 or 3 times they gave him the ball, he gave like 10 to 15 yards. And I'm like, bro, this is your offense. Like this is your whole offense.
I didn't understand it when they played the Raiders. I was very confused. I was like, why are they dropping him back again? Because you're right, Barkley was getting some good chunks here. And I don't even think it was just only towards the end of the game. I think he was getting good chunks kind of throughout. Maybe not the first quarter, but like, I mean, he was impressive enough to where it's like, dude, you don't have a quarterback. Like, just put that out of your mind. Like, clearly, this guy is not it. Like, remotely. Like, dude, I feel like you might as well just go pick a fan out of the fucking stands, bro. Like,
For real.
like, dude, this guy played a whole, what was it, a whole 3 or almost a full game, and like threw for -1 yard passing. Like,
Yeah.
huh?
Yeah.
What? How is that
Yeah,
possible?
like the first game when he came in after Tyrod got hurt, he threw like 8 times for like 6 yards, but like the sacks went, he got negative basically. But
Yeah.
like that's crazy. And that was like from 3 quarters,
Yeah.
of playing.
The mind-blowing stat, man. I mean, like, there's backups, and then there's guys who just don't belong on the field, and he's one of them dudes who just doesn't belong on a football field, man. Like, go call someone, go make a waiver wire addition in your own QB, in the real world QB realm,
Yeah.
and just go pick someone up so we don't have to watch this, please.
Yeah, and before we get out, I mean, Carson Wentz just got signed by the Rams.
Yeah.
I mean, I would have got him,
Oh, yeah.
like
Oh, yeah.
but we all know why. They just want to lose.
Yeah, I know.
But like you said, man, it sucks because we have to sit here and watch them play.
Mm-hmm.
But shout out to Steve, my guy. Thanks for subbing up. Appreciate you, man. Thanks for stopping in and checking out the stream for the first time, man. We're do this every single weekend. We're back on Sunday morning officially for the rest of the season because no more international games, no more. Well, we have a couple of like Friday night games like Christmas and Thanksgiving, all that stuff. But appreciate you. Good night. Have fun at the game. Thanks for stopping. Thanks for always joining me on the Sunday morning rundown show. And I'm going to be heading out of here. Y'all have a good rest of your evening. Have fun. TGI Fridays. Be safe, whatever you do. Have a great weekend. Your boy will be back on Monday. I'm calling the Monday night football game. We're going to be back in the swing of things this week. Had to do a lot of work recently and just a little mental reset. I'm back at the grind on Monday. I promise I'll be here calling the Buffalo Bills versus the Broncos game. I don't even care if it's 2 people watching. We going to be calling the game. So appreciate y'all. Shout out to everybody in the house, man. Y'all are the best. Thanks for tuning in. Good luck with your favorite teams, your fantasy teams, your DraftKings, FanDuel, your sports betting, whatever you're doing this weekend. Have fun. Dr. Van, Spence, Seth, appreciate y'all. Dr. Van, can't wait to call the game with you, bro. It's going to be a fun Monday night football game. So y'all have a great weekend. I'll see y'all then. I'm out of here. Peace.